What is up, everyone? Welcome to Reality Room Podcast with Paul, bringing you the latest on Survivor Game Changers, Episode 5. Oh my god, another incredible Survivor episode just aired tonight, a few hours ago. For those of you watching later, Wednesday night, obviously. So, oh my god. You know what? I'm by myself today, again, but they'll be back next week. I'm very positive that they will be, Chris and Nate. So no worries there, guys. But let's jump right into the episode now, because why waste any time? Okay, so we just followed our last spectacle of an episode with JT kind of fucking over Nuku, tribal council with Mana by telling Brad Culpepper, yeah, they're going to vote Sierra out, thinking that they were going to vote Sandra out, and when Ty uses his immunity idol. But instead what happens is Ty uses his immunity idol on Sierra, and they vote out Malcolm, who is JT's #1 ally. Now, there's some fallout at camp because of this. Everyone's like questioning JT. They're like, oh, well, it's, obviously it's his fault. He's trying to like play cool with it. He's like, I just told Brad Culpepper that he was safe. I didn't say anything about Sierra, which is a lie. But you gotta lie when you're in that situation. You know what? He shot himself in the foot, and then he shot himself in the other foot. So he's boned right now, basically. But he's just trying to find a way to get out of it, and he almost does. But we'll get to that. Okay, so this was a fairly interesting episode altogether. So let's jump into the reward challenge. So now this challenge was interesting. You had like this bow-shaped object. You had one member having to balance a ball, get to the other side, put a ball in a hole, all the while going across balance beams, basically. And then once that was done, you had like this little hand, what's it called? You had to hold something that had like a dish shape on it, and you had to balance the ball like that and get the second ball in. And then you had to, I believe, solve a slide puzzle. So this was an interesting, everyone was involved in this challenge, individually, basically. So I'll just say where people succeeded or where people failed. Ozzy dominated this challenge, like absolutely dominated. He got through the thing so quick. Haley did a decent job too. Suri did not do too well. She was digging for a really, really long time. Let's see here. I know Michaela did amazing with her digging. Like she always like Michaela was amazing for the Nuku tribe. Like absolutely incredible. Mana tribe had a little interesting tidbit happen before the challenge, and of course this something transpired about that afterwards as well. So we'll get to that. So before the challenge started, even Debbie basically was like, I want to be on the I want to do the balance or whatever. And the rest of the tribe was like, yeah, okay. So she did the second part of the balance, and she blew it, basically. Mana tribe was in the lead, and she basically could not deliver. And then so she just keeps falling off, and she looks like annoyed when she's falling off. Everyone's like, just concentrate. But just like that, the other two teams pass her. Zeke gets to the slide puzzle. Zeke finishes the slide puzzle. I forgot who did the slide puzzle on Nuku, but so it is what it is. And I see my thing kind of freezing here sometimes, so I'm just going to lower the yeah. Okay. No, I'm too blurry. All right. Okay. Anyway, I'll just put it back on medium. Okay. So yeah. So that's basically what happened. And then Debbie got really upset about it. And by the way, the reward was like more treats, cookies, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They didn't the reward was like not even like was so not great. They barely even showed the tribes eating them. I don't think they even did show them eating them. So it was like, whatever. They just went straight to the Mana tribe. They went straight to the Mana tribe, where Debbie was having a blow up. Let me tell you, I'm a crazy lady. Sorry for those of you wearing headphones. That might have been loud. I'm a crazy lady. She's ridiculous. All right, so she basically blamed the challenge on two people. Not herself, surprisingly. And if you remember from her season, she kind of has like Debbie does have a big ego, and that's not a bad thing. She's a very experienced woman. You know, she's done a lot in her life, but she let her ego get her best of her today after that challenge, because it was her that was responsible for the loss. And she was basically blaming it on Haley for taking first part of the balance beam. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but you know who else took too long? You fucking took too long too. You were in the fucking lead and you lost it. I mean, come on, people. Like Debbie you'd think watching that she was just lying about it. Like you'd think like, oh, that's a decent strategy. Lie about it maybe a little bit, but no, she was serious that it was actually Haley who fucked up the challenge, and then also blamed Brad Culpepper. It's like, oh, he's a dictator. He tells us what to do, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm just sitting there like, you asked to balance. You asked to balance, and you didn't deliver. It's on you. It's not on Brad or Haley. It's on you. Oh, God. That was like a 6-minute segment. So yeah, she blows up on everyone, and everyone's basically like, "Yeah, this is pretty fucking crazy. Let's just back away a little bit." This also continues on. This continues into let's see, yeah, it continues into the immunity challenge as well. The arguing. Oh boy! All right, so let's jump into the Nuku tribe. So yeah, the Nuku tribe. Yeah, there's a couple of developments. So first off, you have JT, who knows he's in trouble at this point. Definitely in trouble. So he goes on and looks for an idol, and lo and behold, he finds an immunity idol. Swag. Okay, so he finds an immunity idol, which is fairly exciting, I must add, because there's so many immunity idols this season. Like there's already like 4 found, and we'll get 3 found, I think. I mean, was it 4? I know Ty found a clue, but I think he missed it at the challenge. We'll get to that too. So yeah, JT finds an immunity idol. And then there's some issues going on with the sugar. So Michaela asked JT to get her a cup of coffee with a teaspoon of sugar. And he got mad at her for wasting the teaspoon of sugar, when really in my head, the thing should be, she didn't take the coffee, so that's actually a good thing for you because you drink the coffee. So I was just a little confused with that. I mean, first of all, you should be drinking black coffee anyway. Am I right, fellas? No, I'm just kidding. A little sugar and milk's okay too, I guess. Okay, but yeah, JT got really mad about that, and Sandra has a big plan, which actually ended up resulting in the finality of this episode. She decides to eat the rest of the sugar. So JT blames it on Michaela, and that's exactly what it does. He comes back, sees the sugar's gone, blames it on Michaela, and basically everyone follows suit. The only person who knows is Sandra and Jeff Varner. Michaela's like, yeah, you're crazy, yada, yada, yada. Amazing move on Sandra's part. So she facilitated that whole fight. So that whole fight at Tribal Council that's coming later on for that Nuku tribe, that was all facilitated by Sandra. So she's doing pretty well. I want to see her go only because she's such a good player. I want to see her go because of that, because I think it's other people's time to shine, but she's still doing a very good job. I'm very happy with her performance. It was the only Tribal Council when she wasn't have to fear going home. You know what I mean? Or at least that wasn't like a cliffhanger in our heads that she had a possibility of going home. So that's a thing. Okay, so let's move on to the Tavua tribe, and then we'll move back to the Mana tribe again. Okay, so Tavua, Sarah basically is tired of this 4-person alliance or 5-person alliance, whatever it is, in a tribe, and she's basically like, yeah. So she talks to Troyzan, and he's like, listen, I want to work with you, basically, but I'm going to go look for an idol. And listen, if you tell anybody that I'm talking to you about us working together, it's me shooting myself in the foot and you shooting yourself in the foot too. So please, so don't do it. And Sarah, she's basically saying, yeah, I want to be a villain this time. I understand when my gameplay went incorrectly last time. And this is actually something she presented to, and I talked about in our cast analysis with Sarah, that she wanted to play more villain-like this season. So she has that going on for her, which I personally appreciate quite a bit. So she's working the bottom of her tribe with Troyzan. But Troyzan has the immunity idol. So Troyzan's like, okay, good. If she's on my side, maybe I won't have to use my immunity idol next time around. And maybe I can just rely on her swinging some votes my way. Plausible? Who knows? So back to the Mana tribe. After more arguing ensues, and basically what happens is Ty decides to look for another immunity idol. He finds a clue, which I think, and let me know down below if you agree with me, this clue was talking about an idol where the challenge was. It was talking about the board and right under the flag, where right under like a flag that has a tribe symbol on it. So I personally believe that Ty missed out on this immunity idol. And let me know if you agree with that down below. Let me know if I'm missing something, because I could have been missing something. And with that, let's jump into the immunity challenge. Okay, so the immunity challenge starts off. You have to climb a thing. You have to push like this square wooden board across. Then you have to take a bunch of sandbags and run across it. Run across a balance beam with 100 sandbags over a series of time, and then you have to launch sandbags at these 5 targets. Okay, so that's basically the crux of this challenge. Debbie was complaining about it again, yada yada. Debbie, always complaining. So yeah, what ends up happening is, we won't talk too much about it. Let's see here. I know Ozzy was trying to do the shooting thing at first. He wasn't getting too far with it. Then Mana and Nuku made it, and they started going. And Brad Culpepper was like completely Sierra got the first 2, and then Brad Culpepper finished off with the last 3 rather quickly. So Mana won immunity first, and then Nuku was trying, and I believe it was JT that was doing it. And, it was really close. Both had 1 left, and I believe Ozzy got it at the end. So, yeah, Ozzy got it, and Tavua wins immunity again. It's going to be like day 15, and Tavua still has not been to an immunity challenge. So, and if you guys, spoiler alert, next episode, there's going to be a tribe switch. That was for the scenes for the next episode. I don't know what the tribes are, and maybe a tribe switch isn't that big of news, but there's very possible we're going to hear Jeff at Tribal Council say to multiple different people, multiple more times this season, dip your torch in and get fire. This might be the most times we'll see that in any season if the tribes are broken up properly, with basically all of Tavua being broken up into different tribes. And that would be incredible. Let me know. I just think that'd be amazing. Okay, so yeah, Nuku loses, Tavua wins. Nuku goes to Tribal Council. And Ty, I believe, again, I don't know for sure, but let me know down below if you think Ty missed out on the immunity necklace, that challenge. Just let me know. Because I'm pretty sure it was right under that flag where the board was at the end, I think. All right, so poor Ty. But he found 2 clues to immunity idols and found 1 immunity idol. But I don't know. All right, okay, so let's jump into Nuku's conversation. So, yeah, I mean, it's predictable at this point. It's JT and Michaela, because Sandra facilitated that whole fight between them, which, again, before I said it was brilliant of her. And, it's basically, whenever the spotlight's not on you, that's good in Survivor. You do not want the spotlight on you in Survivor. Okay, so that's it. That's basically what happened there. It was Michaela and JT, and they were just trying to swing the others to their side. Jeff ended up being the swing vote. Sandra and Michaela were definitely voting JT, and JT and Aubrey were definitely voting Michaela. Jeff was the swing vote, and they go to Tribal Council. Michaela and JT both throwing shade at each other. Amazing. I love it. JT's like, yeah, she's like, I'm tired of babysitting her and this, that, and the other thing. Michaela's like, and he's talking bad about her, saying she doesn't do a lot of work. And Michaela's like asking her tribe, do you see me do this? And they're like, yeah. Do you see me do this? And they're like, yeah. Do you see me do this? And they're like, yeah. And, obviously we don't have like we don't see it live, so I can't say if she's working hard or not. I have no idea. I just take their word for it. Maybe JT's perception, she's not. But in Sandra's perception, she is. It's really perception. And JT might be seeing what he wants to see, and Sandra might be seeing what she wants to see. I'm sure she just, I don't know. Usually the answer lies somewhere in the middle, so she probably does a decent amount of work, just like everyone else. But, it is what it is. So, yeah, the votes come out. It's 2-2, they know. And when the votes are being read, Michaela gets a coffee mug, or a teacup, probably a teacup, and she starts sipping tea, basically. So, meme queen, baby. You could definitely tell she was on the millennial tribe and millennial versus Gen X, because she's using a meme right now, sipping tea. That's right, sipping tea, baby. And the the fifth vote, rather, which is the third vote for JT, and JT's voted out with his immunity idol, mind you. You have to give the rest of the tribe credit because, well, honestly, JT almost did it to himself because last time he fucked over his tribe, and he didn't mean to, but he did. So, I don't know. It's a little complicated. I didn't want either JT or Sandra to go. Let me know who you wanted to see go down below on the Nuku tribe, not necessarily between JT and Michaela. I like JT and Michaela. I wanted Michaela to stay because I thought JT was being a little rude. But then again, we don't have like a direct feed, to what's going on the island. We only have what they edit for us to see. So I don't know. JT could have been in the right. Who knows? But honestly, I don't think it's to the extent that he was suggesting. So yeah, that's basically what happens with that. And we have JT voted out of the game with his immunity idol. Sad. Oh man. I mean, we have him on Heroes versus Villains getting out for giving his immunity idol away to fucking Russell. And this time he's leaving with immunity idol in his pocket. But he did get the bad end of the stick, basically. By basically when the tribes realigned, by getting on a tribe by himself, basically with the rest of the people on the original Mana tribe. So he did have that issue going on, and he also fucked over Malcolm so much. I feel so bad for Malcolm. He did not deserve to leave. But let's talk a little bit about the suggestions for next episode that they showed. So what I thought was interesting, and this is the only part I'll talk about. So first off, the tribes are switching. We know that because we saw it there. But they said that is a surprise visit from a previous survivor. Now, this gets my gears turning, because when it says a previous survivor, does that mean a previous contestant of this season? Are they coming back to play? Or just a previous survivor in general? You know what I mean? Like just a previous survivor in general is just coming back either to maybe host a challenge or maybe coming back to play. Maybe there's another fucking game changer. And I don't know. I'm leaning more towards a previous contestant on Game Changers coming back. I want to say it's Malcolm. I really do. Or because he did not deserve to leave that time. But then again, Ty had to use an immunity idol to get him out. And it was a great move, fantastic move. So that would kind of be like stealing that away from him. I mean, might as well just give Ty another idol back if that's the case, because he would have wasted an idol. Oh boy. Let me know what you guys think down below about what that surprise survivor visit is. Okay, so I'm going to end it off here. Thank you guys for watching my Survivor Game Changers Episode 5 recap. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Love you guys for watching. Until next time, peace. And next week we'll have the rest of the crew. I hope. Peace, guys.